Services in Payette County are under strain as calls for help continue to increase. Funding is not keeping up. Aspen Shumpert joins us in studio. And Aspen, the paramedic district is asking voters for help with this.
Yeah, Morgan, increased levy funding will allow them to hire more staff and upgrade their fleet to keep local units ready to respond.
Payette County Paramedics has done a lot with very little for a long time.
For medical emergencies in Fruitland, New Plymouth, Payette, and the rural stretches in between, the Payette County Paramedics District is who shows up. But operations are suffering as the district struggles to keep up with rapid growth.
From fiscal year 25, we've already seen a 20% increase for calls of service this year alone.
Rick Funk, EMS chief for the district, says the department is still operating with 2020 staffing levels and rarely runs more than 2 ambulances at a time. That often means calling on neighboring districts for help,
which puts a strain on their system. I believe in fiscal year 25, we had to do that almost 500 times.
For residents, that can mean waiting longer for help.
We estimate that's an extra 15 to 20 minutes, of response time before we can get somebody there, or even sometimes get somebody going. And when it comes down to emergencies like your time-sensitive emergencies, heart attack, stroke, trauma, that stuff, time is everything on that.
Under Idaho law, taxing districts are capped at a 3% annual increase on the taxpayer-funded portion of their budget, unless voters approve more funding.
Trying to make enough money to, purchase ambulances, keep our equipment where it needs to be, make sure our salaries are where it's at. We're just in kind of a losing situation right now.
Funk says staff wages are also suffering.
We're $5 an hour behind most agencies around us.
At the same time, grants that once helped pay for new ambulances are harder to get, and service reimbursement rates only cover a fraction of the cost of each call.
Last fiscal year, we billed a little over $4 million, and almost 1.8 of that was disallowed through Medicaid, Medicare, the insurance companies. And so it makes it tough.
For the first time since the paramedic district was created in 2003, leaders are asking voters for help on the May ballot.
We have worked really hard to not go this route, and we're at a call volume where we need to.
Voters will decide on a levy override, which would increase the current rate from about $22 a year to about $88 a year per $100,000 of taxable property value. Funding would allow the district to hire 7 additional staff members, run a 3rd ambulance full-time, and begin replacing aging ambulances.
We have several that are well over 200,000 miles.
Funk says if the levy fails, paramedics will still respond to calls, but service will likely continue to suffer.
We want to keep being able to provide that service that this county has come to expect.
The levy override will need a 2/3 supermajority to pass, which is 66.67%. There will be a handful of open house events this month and next for voters to seek additional information before casting this vote. Of course, we will have all of those details on our website at ktvb.com.
I don't want to be a downer, but those supermajorities are always kind of difficult.
They are tough, and voters have not had to vote on something like this. This is the first time they are asking for a levy override. So to be seen if voters will approve this.
All right. Well, the education is important. Aspen, thank you so much.